Dear viewers, happy Republic Day to all of you. I am here at the Indian Consulate in Dubai, and with me is the Consul General, Mr. Satish Kumar Shivan. Welcome, sir. Sir, this consulate holds the distinction of being the largest among the Indian consulates across the world. So, what makes this the largest?
First of all, thank you, Vinod. Let me take this opportunity to wish all the Indian nationals present in UAE and across the world a very happy 75th Republic Day. This is an important milestone in our country's journey. With that wishes, I would get into your question. UAE plays host to almost 3.5 million Indian nationals, out of which in my estimate about 2.8 million reside in Dubai and the Northern Emirates. And the significant aspect of this diaspora is that they are all Indian passport holders, they are Indian nationals. You have Indian origin people in several countries, but unlike many of these countries, UAE has Indian nationals and Indian passport holders, which means that the consular services that we extend in terms of passport services, related services, birth registration, attestation services, and in certain cases when they are in trouble, the repatriation of Indian nationals, rendering services to distressed women, repatriation of mortal remains of those people who unfortunately have lost their lives here. All these services put together make it the largest Indian consulate in the whole world.
Of course, sir. So, you have mentioned two things like consular services and repatriation of mortal remains. Yes, of course, sadly many times it do happen that people do pass away here, and how the consulate repatriates their mortal remains to India and what is the criteria involved. And also give a brief idea about what are consular services.
Okay. Let me make this point fundamentally very clear to my viewers. The consulate attaches the highest importance to the welfare of Indian citizens living here. When we say that we just don't become a service provider in terms of issuing passports or issuing consular services, when people are in need, the consulate will respond to their requirement irrespective of what their condition is. Now, in many cases, people do not have documents when they are end up in trouble. People who are laborers come for a better life, better living, but they end up overstaying for whatever reasons. So, in these sort of situations, when they need some assistance from the consulate, we don't insist on perfect documentation. We support them and we accommodate their unique situations in several cases. Having said that, there are certain guidelines which have been created by Government of India to assist Indian nationals, which we call the ICWF guidelines. ICWF means Indian Community Welfare Fund. This is a fund which has been created out of certain small nominal charges levied on all the consular services that we extend. But the onus of ensuring that deserving cases get the assistance, there are certain guidelines that have been created. So, it is the duty of the consulate to support the Indian nationals, if need be support them with financial assistance from the ICWF, but also ensure that the deserving cases are being supported. Having said that, how do you identify what are the deserving cases? So, there are certain conditions that are put up. So, what we call means tested basis, whether the person who is seeking support from ICWF really has the means or not to support themselves in terms of repatriation, going back, some subsistence allowance here, pay the penalty when they are overstaying here. If they have lost their passport, can they get an emergency certificate? So, all these assistance can be given out of ICWF fund, but it is on a means tested basis. So, the consulate understands the unique nature of individual cases, but what we try and see is that whether there is a reasonable establishment of their financial status. So, we say that you please give us the bank statements, and we also say that some government entity back in India which can attest that this is the financial condition of the family. If these two are in a reasonable way established, we also see the condition of the person, we interact with the persons when they come to us. So, we take a holistic view of all these factors and we take the decision. So, if I have to answer you in a single way, it is on a means tested basis.
And what we can understand is this is the most important and functional imperative of any consular service, repatriation of mortal remains. As you mentioned initially, the diaspora in UAE is close to 4 million, and we have 7 Emirates here, and it's India's 75th Republic Day. So, how the mission is celebrating across the Emirates?
It is a unique moment in our history, and also it is a unique moment in our bilateral relationship. Today, India-UAE relationship is at a point where we are literally, I would say, if I have to say, at a takeoff stage. In the last 10 years, for example, the two leaders, the leadership of the two countries have met over maybe 7 times. But just in the last 6 months, if I can say, the two leaders have met 4 times.
4 times, yeah.
Yeah. Honorable Prime Minister had visited here twice, in July last year and in December last year, and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, he had visited India for the G20 summit and most recently for the Vibrant Gujarat
Summit.
So, you have to contrast this with the situation which existed in the past. Between 1981 and 2005, we literally didn't have any high level visit which happened between the two countries. So, what does that mean for the relationship? So, the engagements, not just at a political level, at a commercial level, at a cultural level, at a people to people level, is of a very different nature than what we saw over the last, I would say, 30 years, 3 or 50 years since the bilateral relationship was formed. So, in consulate, we are having a opportunity to take the relationship to a new level in terms of our commercial engagements, ensuring that the trade engagements between the two countries grows in tune with this political engagement that we have. We had the SIPA that was signed in 2022. And I can tell you that the impact of SIPA has been that the bilateral trade figures for the year 2022-23 reached 85 billion US dollars, and this is almost a 16% increase from the previous year. And we are set to, we have a target of 100 billion US dollars of non-oil trade set to be achieved by 2030. But the way the relationship is growing, I'm of the strong belief that we will achieve this number much earlier than that.
Surely, sir. This last 10 years has been surely transformative, and we say that this is the golden phase of the relationship between these two countries. Coming back to the original question, sir, how we are going to celebrate the 75th Republic Day across the Emirates?
We have as is the practice anywhere in the world, we will be having a flag hoisting ceremony which happens in the consulate. We will be holding a reception in the evening where we will we have invited distinguished Emirati nationals, diplomatic corps, and eminent Indians who have been an integral part of this journey between India and UAE. We also have our officers who will be going to all the Emirates and be part of the celebrations along with the Indian community in all the 6 Emirates other than Dubai. This apart, I will also be going to Indian high school. That is one of the best symbols of the relationship that we have, and I will be having the privilege of addressing almost 13,000 Indian students who are studying in the school. So, we will be carrying the message of this, the story of India, the story of India on the move, the story of this wonderful bilateral relationship that we have with UAE, and what the future holds for all of us. So, it is not just on 26th January, which is today, but also throughout the year, we will be celebrating the 75th anniversary of Indian Republic.
As you said, the relationship between India and UAE is going to take off, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.